Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. I have had the desire to make a really good grilled cheese sandwich, and the fact that there is a grilled cheese compilation video coming up here real soon has got me ready to tackle this. Now, those of you who watch my channel know I have a lot of different interests. I play around in the garage, motorcycle trips, but I do like to cook, and one thing I like to make is bread. And the foundation to a good sandwich is very good bread. So for this grilled cheese sandwich that I want to put together, I'm going to make a jalapeno cheddar bread. So I picked up some jalapenos. I've got some shredded cheese. I've always wanted to make bread in the Dutch oven. I've never done it, and I've never made this recipe of jalapeno cheddar bread before either. And I'm making a little bit larger loaf, so it might fit in this Dutch oven. This Dutch oven's pretty big. So I'm gonna have to see what it looks like after I get through proofing it. This is gonna be a, what I like to call a turbo bread. Most of the no-knead breads that I make, they take several hours, like half a day or a day, and they just proof for a long time. So this one I'm going to add more yeast to it, and it's going to proof and rise faster, but I'm not certain on the size how it's going to turn out. And I have a very big Dutch oven here, so I would love to utilize this to make the bread, but if it doesn't work, we can just use my normal Corningware style baking vessel. So I'm going to get set up here. We'll come back, I'll let you know what's going into this, and we'll see how it all turns out. It's always an adventure in the kitchen. We're going to start out with 3½ cups of bread flour. To this, we're going to add 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 tablespoon of salt, and I got 2 jalapenos, which I diced up. Now, if you like the flavor of jalapenos, but you don't like the heat of them that much, you should try to get as many seeds out of here as possible. I got rid of most of the seeds. You can see there's a few left in here. I like the flavor of jalapeno, but I'd rather not have a burning mouth from it. But that's all subjective. So feel free to do as you want. You could even fire roast these a little bit. So we're just going to mix this all up. I got that mixed up pretty well. Pro tip, when you're cutting up jalapenos, if your eye itches, don't scratch it. All right, now to my favorite big bread bowl, we're going to add 2 cups of water. I like to say at room temperature, so this is a little bit over 80 degrees. Anywhere up to about 100 should be okay, so warmish water. Now we're going to add our yeast. I always like to use this instant yeast. 2 1/4 teaspoons. Which is equivalent to if you buy it in the packet form. That's what you get in 1 packet. And we will just whisk that in there a little bit. All right, and now we're going to add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. I like to put it on the edge here. If you just plop it right in the middle, you can splash it everywhere. And the kitchen is already a messy enough place. No reason to add to that. And now we stir it. I like to just push down from the sides to get all the dry mixed in with the wet. Make sure you check the bottom. Make sure that there's no pockets of flour or anything down there. And once you got it all mixed up pretty good, then you're just going to kind of fold it over a couple times like this. Fold it from the sides into the edge, or from the sides into the middle, from the edge into the middle. I said from the sides into the edge. There we go. At this point, we put our cover on it. We don't have to really snap it on. You can just kind of set it there. And we're going to let that sit for 1 hour. So we'll see you back here, 1 hour. So it's been about an hour. We're going to just fold this over from the edges to the center again. And this is just kind of taking some of the gas, I guess, out of the dough here. We're going to cover it another 30 minutes. And I am going to assume, just from the size of the dough before it's completely risen, that we are not going to be able to use this big Dutch oven. Probably at some point I'm going to have to make a extra large loaf of bread, maybe double recipe, because I'd really like to use this, but we'll be using this one. Okay, the dough's been proofing for 30 minutes. In the meantime, I put the baking vessel in the oven and turned that on at 450 so it could preheat and the baking vessel could get warm as well. Let's see, it's risen. So I've laid out our floured surface here. Go ahead and see if we can't get this out here. Nice stringy texture here, we're nice. Looking good. We'll put some flour on top of this here. I like to use this little strainer or whatever. Makes it easy. Get some on my hands as well. This dough appears nice and sticky. Okay, oh yeah, very sticky. Extra flour. Try to flip it over, and then we're going to fold it into the center. Into a ball, just like that. And what we'll do is we'll put it on this parchment paper before it sticks completely to my fingers. Bread's looking pretty nice already, but let's see if we can't make it a little more beautiful. Got some olive oil, my pastry brush here. And we will sprinkle some more cheese on top of here. Got about a half a cup or so. Now, there we go, the oven's ready for us. See if we can't score this dough. Now, we'll put some more jalapenos on top of this thing here. It's looking nice. Okay, so I just removed the baking vessel from the oven. Don't touch that with your bare fingers. You may have seen me do that one time before. Not the smartest move in the world. We're gonna try and get this parchment paper in here. See if we can make this work. There we go. We'll put the lid on it and bake it for 30 minutes with the lid on. And then the lid is gonna come off for 20 minutes. So in the oven, 30 minutes at 450. Okay, it's been 30 minutes at 450 degrees with the lid on. Let's take a peek at it. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, the cheese is stuck to the lid. We're gonna have to get something to peel that off of there. Yeah, I didn't have enough hands to operate this with the oven, but I got it off of there. Just a little steak knife. So now 20 minutes. Back in we go. 20 minutes with the lid off to make a little crispy crust. Crispy crust. We'll see you back here in 20 minutes. 20 minutes have completed here with the lid off. Go. Looks pretty nice. Special thanks to my son for helping shoot the last part of this video. And of course he's gonna help eat this too. He said it's a darn shame, but he will do it. That is a nice looking loaf of cheesy jalapeno bread. And it was done pretty quick too. No need recipe. They didn't have to wait overnight. Little crispy crust, hear that? Nice, cheesy, crispy crust. Jalapenos on the top. Jalapenos and cheese inside. That's gonna make a very nice grilled cheese sandwich. We'll see tomorrow how that turns out. And like I said, my son, a little disappointed he has to eat all these grilled cheese sandwiches, but he's here for the team. That's right. Can't wait. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.